start. For those of you who are in space, we're in the class of creativity and design here at Copenhagen University. And you are welcome back to the Omega section here at Copenhagen University. So in the class of creativity and design today, we're going to start our class by introducing you to this certification. In the Omega section, it's going to be fun, and we're going to focus on practicals. And our practicals will be for a purpose. Now, this is a certificate that is focused on getting you something that you can present when you leave school. So the certificate is Creativity and Design Certificate, and it comprises of design mind, design thinking, user's experience, the entrepreneur. This class is the only class that offers that. The postgraduate students already earned this. They are the first student in the world to have this certificate. So you guys will be the second set of students to have this certificate. Now, it is not compulsory for you to have the certification. Listen to me very well. It's not compulsory for you to have the certification, but I think it's for your own good to have this certification. This certificate is not just one. You will have the certificate for creativity and design. You will also have, that's this one, your name there and your signature and stuff like that. Then the second one is the certificates for best students. I'll be issuing that out. I think on the EDS day, I will have to give this one. Now we have our EDS day. Then there's one for best entrepreneurial mind. So you have three certificates. Certificate for the class of creativity and design, certificate for the best students in the class of creativity and design, and then certificate for the best entrepreneurial mind. So some of you will be ending up with 3 certificates, or maybe just 2, but nobody will be any less than 2 certificates. Now, there's a price to that, and it's not expensive. Okay? There's a price to that. Now, for you to have the 3 certificates, you will have to pay at least a minimum of 2,500 for the 3 certificates. And it comes with a jacket, a fine jacket and everything. I will show you an example when I come to class. Now, the reason for that is because this certification is good for you. Okay? Because it talks about being an entrepreneurial person. Okay? Also, you have to remember this. Your postgraduate students have earned this certificate and they graduated and they're out there. So it's good for you. It's not compulsory, but it's optional. If you want the certificate, you will get it. And I think on the EDS day, I will be presenting the certificate and then we'll talk about it. Before I go further, I want to talk about another thing in class here. And it's about the EDS day for 2025. For the EDS day for 2025, we just had a meeting over there by the school authority, and they gave us 4 forms. And they are saying that if you, as a student, want to buy your own tent on that day and sell your own product, you need to get this form today. Fill it and pay for it. The form specifies that you pay, as a student, 12,000 naira for half tent or 20,000 naira for full tent to sell your stuff. So that day, you're going to have a whole tent to yourself. So if you're interested in that, the form is here. Now, it's just 4 forms. Okay, it's just 4 forms. How many of you remember that I had a student who won 10,000 naira last semester? How many of you remember that? If you remember that, raise up your hand. Yes. Now, that is the purpose of earning money. It's a creative way of planning for the future. So that student already has a tent because half tent is 12,000 naira. All I have to do is just be like, okay, I have 2,000 naira for a bottle of water and a piece of cake. I have to eat, and we already have 1 tent. So this 1 tent goes to that student. So me and that student, we already have 1 tent. Now, if you want your own tent as well, you will have to get the form, fill it, and pay for it. Now, guys, I suggest this. You can pair with fellow students. Maybe 2-3 students. If you know you don't have a lot of product, you can get half a tent and do what? And sell your product there. And if you want the full tent, you can get your full tent and sell your product. So they get this to all the facilitators to share in class. So remember, this is the Omega session 2025. The EDS day is coming up in May, and I hope that you will present your product. My class, also the class of creativity and design, we shall get our own tent, at least half a tent for that. And that's why you saw that already booked. We have the money, we had the money. The lady had the money in the class, and I told you it's going to go towards our EDS day. So we already planned for that, and I'm good. We're good to go with that. So the rest of you, if you want your tent, your personal tent, to sell your stuff, you need to get this form. And we're supposed to return this form by next Wednesday. So if you want to do that now. So before we go further, also I want to welcome you guys back to the class of creativity and design here at Cobra University. And today we're not going to take much time. I'm just going to run through some of the things we've talked about. I'm sure you remember in this class, you're welcome. I'm sure you remember that in this class we talked about design mind, as you see on the certificates. I'm going to use the opportunity to show you what design mind looks like in the real world today. We talked about design thinking, and design thinking you already know all the stages involved in design thinking. We focus on users' experience as it relates to customers and individuals as an entrepreneur, and how that makes you to be the entrepreneur. So as the rest are coming in, I will repeat myself again about the form as they are coming in. Please consider that. So you have, for those of you just coming in, we're going to have certification for this class. Okay? So the certificate, you are going to be getting the certificate for creativity and design. The second certificate that you are going to get is for best student, and then the third one is for the best entrepreneurial mind. Your investors, your employers, even for other businesses, if it's your business, it's good you have this certificate because it helps you. It is optional, it is not compulsory. Okay? And for you to have the package of the certificate is 2,500. For you to have the three of them is 2,500 naira. Now, some of you might not have up to 2,500 naira. You can still communicate with me if you are interested in the certificate. We'll work it out, okay? But the package comes with a fine jacket and everything, and you will see an example next week in class. But for today, that's what we have. So also, if you want to get this, if you want a tent for the EDS day, for those of you just coming, there's a form for you to buy your own tent to sell your own product on EDS day that will be coming up in May. So I suggest you get a form for that, okay? Also, you have to remember this now. In the class of creativity, like I said earlier, the goal for you is to learn how to use your design mind, to launch your design thinking to give you the experience for both the users as a creative entrepreneur and as a marketing entrepreneur, and also to turn all of those experiences to being the entrepreneur. And that is why this certificate is good for you. So now, I'm going to touch on design mind a little bit and show you something in space that we have done in this class that others too are used to and they are doing in space. So we're going to have an example right now. And for example of design mind, we're going to go to my USB, and my USB will go to my DM. I believe I have it somewhere. Okay, DM folder. DM is design mind. That's the short for design mind. And in my design mind, we're just going to go through what design thinking is and what design mind is, using examples of what has been created in space. I want you to take a look at this. This is made from a used jeans. Okay? This jeans was discarded, thrown away. Okay? And you can see how they turn discarded jeans into usable jeans. We're going to go through the examples today, turning them into actual products. Okay? Into actual products. You can see from the used jeans, we have this. This is design mind. Ability to see opportunities where others don't see opportunity. You see a discarded jeans, a thrown away jeans. You take the jeans, you make a shoe out of it. That is design mind. That is not design thinking. Okay? And you can see from here, you can see this artistic expression that also was done from the same discarded genes. That is design mind. That is not design thinking. There's no Adobe Photoshop or Adobe Figma involved in this creation. It is purely design mind. And also, let me just go further. You can see the tablecloth from the same jeans, and this is an awesome one. You can see from just the jeans material, which is accessible, which is affordable. You can see how design mind is turning discarded jeans into what? Into products of value, not desire. These are not products of desire. These are products of values. You can see this one now, the floor carpet and the chair. That's from the discarded jeans. You will see more. You can see this for the dining table outside in your outside recreational center. You can see the charger for the pocket for the charger using discarded jeans to do that. Also, you can see, look at this beautiful bag from the discarded jeans. That's purely design mind, okay? And you can see also this, you can see the various slippers they created from the jeans. Look at the sofa or the cushion shear, like you say, in Nigeria, and you can see what they did with design mind with that. Look at other products, look at the bed sheet. Look at the bed sheets in this one. Can you see what they did with design mind? That's what they did with design mind. And you can look further, look at the bag. From the same discarded jeans, that is purely design mind. Look at this. This is purely design mind. Most of these designs are not structured. They are not structured because they don't have a particular stages you have to go through, like design thinking, to get this one done. The focus of this is ability to have the mind to create, to say this discarded jeans can become a value. That is what you need to create with this ones. And you can see the creations there. Look at the chair they did from that, just from discarded jeans. Now, we've talked about design mind as it relates to creation of products. Design mind as it relates to an artist is this mind. This is Sona Jobate. She's she's a popular musician, not in the pop section, but in the cultural world music. And you can see what she has as an instrument. This instrument is not popular. You can't find it on the nightclub, in Nigeria. You can't find it in the churches or in the mosque. It's peculiar to a particular cultural group. So that is design mind. When you make something of value, she's the one that brought limelight to this particular musical instrument. Using what? Design mind. The same mind that allows you to see value where others don't see value is what made her to become, she's very popular, and she's making a living out of what she's doing. Also, you can look at, that's Sola Jumote. She has followers on Facebook, and you can listen to some of her music. She's from Gambia, okay, very close to Senegal. And that's her playing the music, and you can see she's using design mind. It's not a popular instrument. You need design mind to create value and to have originality to help you launch design thinking. This, you are used to this particular one because of fashion by most tailors and so on. In this case, it's also design mind, but this time around, design thinking is involved. How many of you know the reason why design thinking is involved here? It's a combination of design mind and design thinking. Because here, there are stages. Sure you understand? There are structured what? Stages. You have to cut the thing, you have to make sure it's the size of the customer and so on. For the jeans, the tablecloth, do you have to make sure it's the size for somebody? No. Even if the tables have different sizes, but it's more of what? Design mind. It's not structured. Okay? It's not molded into a particular steps that you must follow. So here you have a combination of design thinking and design mind. And you can see some of their work. You can see the patterns they are creating. Even for this one, it's both design mind and design thinking. Okay? Because the machines that will do this, some of them you have to program the machine to do this. You are using design thinking. But it's your design mind that is helping you to ignite that design thinking. And you can see all these ones are design mind plus design thinking, creating this product. But for those of you who are just coming, the difference between design mind and design thinking, let's go back to design mind so that you see design mind. This is design mind, unique instrument. For actual, look at this couch. This is from discarded jeans. That's design mind. Look at the chair. This is from discarded jeans. That is design mind. Look at the bag from discarded jeans material. That is design mind. Look at the bed from discarded jeans. That is design mind. Look at this one to design mind. Look at the slippers. Look at the bag. These are purely design mind. Look at this one thing for your charger. These are design mind. This one, there's no school, there's no teacher, there's nobody that will tell you this is what you have to follow. Are you understanding me? Nobody will tell you. Will somebody tell you follow this direction to get this done? No. It comes from your passion to have ability to see value where others don't see value. That's design mind. And that is why you can see the difference. Look at this. It's purely creative. Even for, look at these slippers. That's purely design mind. Look at this artistic expression. It's original. It's from discarded jeans. The material for this is available in your street, in your house, even around your religious homes. You see some people bring their used jeans and used clothes to churches and throw them and say, anybody that wants to take home, please take home and use. And somebody turned it to that. Turned it to value greater than its original value. The values of this, look at the dining table. That's design mind. So today now you see the difference between design mind and design thinking and how you can combine both to get a better result. For those of you who are just coming in, I will go back to our certification and let me just go to this. So I was showing them about the certification. So we'll just go to okay, for those of you who are just coming in, and we have to do this again. Our EDS day, where we have tents, where we sell products and stuff like that, is coming up, I believe, around May. They've not given us the final date, but they said it's coming up. And they've given us forms for those of you that want to buy half tents or full tents to sell your product. We have forms over here. Now, what I have done is that we have 4 forms. And I believe we will remember that my sister, stand up, please. Stand up. Stand up. Stand up. She won 10,000 naira last semester. Did you remember that? Yes. So they gave us 4 forms for you students to buy tents. Half tent is 12,000 naira, full tent is 20,000 naira to sell what you want to sell on that day. So she's the first person with a half tent. So that 10,000 naira is going towards that. And whatever you want to sell, you should bring to that tent. I will pay for it. So she has half a tent. I see both of us. So that is leaving us with 3 forms. If you have something you want to sell on that day, guys, if you have something you want to sell on, please sit down. If you have something you want to sell on that day, please get this form before you leave class, fill it, pay the money, and we can return it. They said we should return this by next week. Okay? So guys, she already has. If anything you want, I will be bringing what I want to sell, and you should bring 2. So we already have 1 tent. And I think what I'm going to do is try and get another half tent to make maybe a full tent for our class. So that for those of you that really have product to sell, a lot of product, you should get this. But at least that day, the class of creativity will have its own space and its own tent. I usually do that every year. And this year is no exception. Okay? So, also guys, look at this. Guys, we have certification. And that certification, you can see that you are going to get 3 certificates. One is for the class of creativity. Guys, listen to this very well. Hello? Listen to this. There's a certificate. The certificate is 3. You get a certificate for design, for creativity and design, and you can see the title: Design Mind, Design Thinking, User's Experience, the entrepreneur. You get, every one of you will get a certificate for this. Okay? That's one. Then there's also a certificate for best students. Some of you will have more than one best student for sure. Okay? So the third one is best entrepreneurial mind. So you are getting 3 certificates. Now, if you want to get the 3 certificates, you can just pay 2,500 naira to get the 3 certificates. I will provide it for you. Okay? Now, it's not compulsory, it's optional. But I think the standard your postgraduate students have set for you is good. All the postgraduate students that graduated, they got this certificate and they are proud of it. And I think you guys should get this certificate too.
Is that
what?
Like if you pay for the certificate,
is that what?
An A.
No, it has nothing to do with your scores. This one has something to do with your ability to participate in class and to create in class. Okay? That is what it has to do. My sister, you are going to get for the best entrepreneurial mind because you were able to help us save money for today, for this EDS. So that's good. So she will get a certificate for that. And I will be picking some of you too. Some of you actually, I can see some people here who are already going to get best students. I think we have about 5 students that will get best students. But everybody, if you want the certificate, 2,500. Now, if you cannot afford 2,500, I know economy is difficult. You guys are students. Whatever you have, if you approach me, you will still get your certificate. Okay? So, yes, you will still. Just be reasonable. You understand? It's not compulsory, but I think it's good for you. And guys, apart from the postgraduate students, you guys are the first set of creativity and design students to have this. So that's great. Okay, guys. Also, what we're going to do we're not going to stay long today because we're just coming back. So you guys are welcome back to the class of creativity and design. Is anybody interested in the form? Anybody wants to get a half tent or full tent to say their product on EDS Day? Who wants a form? Does anybody want a form? Here, come. Okay, please come over here. So do you want a full tent or half tent? Half tent, okay. So have the form, go and fill it so that we can fill it and then we'll be done. Guys, she's going to get best certificate as well because our work is part of the work. Okay, guys, who else wants the tent? Who else wants the tent? Who else wants the tent? If the tent, you can sell your product. Come over. You can sell your product on that day. Okay? So here, fill the thing, and then once you fill it, you do the payments for, is it full tent? Half tent, okay. You want half tent? So go over there. So we already, guys, the forms are finished. Yes, so the forms are finished already. So please, fill the thing, and then you have to make the payment. Guys, the bank account is at the back. Fill it and do the payment so that I will take the form back to them. And we need the receipts. Okay? So you have to do that because I have to take it back to them today. Fill it, you can do the payment. Can you pay online? Can you pay with online stuff? So do the payment, let me verify it, and then I will take the form back to them. My sister, guys, for those of you who are just coming in, my sister over there won 10,000 naira last year. I'm sure you remember. So she got a half tent. I will add the remaining 2,000 to complete it. So now, guys, here's what we're going to do. Thank you very much for engaging the tent. This is what we're going to do. We're going to make sure that we have the tents. At least now we have 4 tents. I mean, maybe half tents, with this one. So that's 2 full tents, right? We have 2 full tents. So what we're going to do now is we're going to use creative intelligence. Guys, do you know that here they said full tent is 20,000 and half tent is 12,000. So if we buy 4 tents, we're paying 20. that? You didn't notice that? But it's okay, it's okay. So here, fill it out, and do the payment. Guys, listen to me. So this is what's going to happen. The rest of you are not going to miss out. You are still going to participate. So on that day, I will be paying for extra after for the rest of you to showcase what you want to sell. Huh? If you don't have anything to say, it's okay. You can still come and partake. You can come as a customer on that day and partake. Guys, on that day, from our past experience, we usually have a lot of sales. So you guys should participate, okay? We should participate. So thank you very much. So guys, the good news for you guys, tomorrow we've been invited by the British Embassy. Tomorrow I will be at Radisson Blue Hotel to represent you guys. Yes. So the British Council is doing something about creativity and design as it relates to how we teach that in Nigeria. So they've invited me to Radisson Blue. I will be there tomorrow at 10 a.m. I know you guys can't make it because you are in school. If you can make it, come over there. So I will be there by 10 a.m. to represent you guys. And I can assure you, I will talk about things we've done in this class. I will share our experiences about this class. And I'm sure we'll stand out and our voice shall be heard and be heard. Okay, so thank you very much for coming to class. I will see you guys on Wednesday by God's grace. And please, on Wednesday when you come. Huh? You have what? If you can't make it to class, that's okay. But if you can make it to class, make it to class. Okay? If you come 3 o'clock to 4, and 4 o'clock you have to go and do your, like she has 4 o'clock, like you have to finish. She can go. You are not going there again?
I'm going to them next week.
And so you come to class at 3 o'clock, come early to class at 3 o'clock so that you can leave early to your defense.
There's 2 to 5 next week.
If you will have to provide proof of that for me to give you that. So guys, I will see you guys. Okay, go ahead.